What's up, y'all? I really believe we're made to become more powerful people, and that journey and what that actually looks like is the hard part. I said this in the email I sent out yesterday in talking about becoming a powerful person, and how I was fake powerful for a lot of my life. I was fake powerful, and the journey I've been on has been a journey of moving from powerlessness to becoming a more powerful person. And I believe that there's a lot of people out there, a lot of you guys who are watching, who might think that, or you've come to the realization that you've been fake powerful in your life. And what that means is authentically, you've attached your identity to money, to a job title, to being able to be smarter than other people, to being able to control situations, or even the people in those situations. For me, I was always very good at office politics. I was always very good at being able to navigate people's desires, wants, fears, whatever it might be. And those gifts that I have and the skills that I built around those really do help in coaching, because we're able to get to the root of a lot of people's subconscious thoughts that are driving their behavior. But in the negative sense, I use those gifts and the skills I developed around that as a means, as a way of trying to protect myself from I would say, lack of power and authority, or the vulnerability that I felt because I didn't have things in my life like clear, healthy boundaries, because I didn't have, and what that practically looks like is the ability to say no. I didn't have the courage to pursue what was aligned with my identity, and I was taking on the responsibility of making other people happy, and therefore making decisions not fully in alignment with who I truly am. There's a number of different ways that this can look, but for me that manifested or showed up or expressed itself in me unknowingly blaming things like, for example, my job. I had a lot of job angst at one point in time in my life, several points in time. And when you're in that headspace, it's hard to know. And I said this on the phone yesterday. I was talking with somebody, and they were asking what coaching was. And I said, look, it's really hard to read the label from the inside of the jar. And coaching is a really powerful way to be able to see what's going on inside, by having somebody really hold up a mirror so you can read the label effectively. And for me, I was unable to read the label effectively for most of my life. And I thought I was self-aware, and I do have self-awareness, but I was so blind to certain things in my life, including my own powerlessness and the lack of authority that I had in my life, the lack of agency. I felt stuck. I felt trapped at different times, whether it be in relationships, whether it be in my job, whether it be in situations even after I left Goldman and started heading down a different path, and found myself in a place where I was like, well, how do I make money? And I have all these things. And I thought I was being a perfectionist, but really I was afraid to use the power of my own choice. I was afraid to fail because it would have exposed a part of me, or it would have exposed vulnerability, and that vulnerability to me signaled weakness, which meant then I would be under threat from other people's opinions, other people's judgment, conclusions, and what that might do to me would then trigger a response in this biological body, right? I would have triggered this fight or flight response, or this, oh my gosh, I'm in a terrible situation now, and I don't know what to do. And so my survivor instincts then would have kicked in. And so you can see the rabbit hole that this leads you down. But it initially starts, or it's the surface level is, well, like the job's my problem, or the lack of money is my problem, or this person, the relationship, it's their, I know it's me, it's not them, but it's the relationship really, it's not me. And so all that's to say, I lived my life with just like a really significant lack of awareness of the powerlessness that I had been operating from. And I had been trying to create power through the external world around me, through my job title, or through money, or through what other people think of me, and controlling that. And eventually that energy that you use to try and do that will run its course, and you will become super tired, and you will become drained from trying to spend all your energy controlling everything in your life. And so, what I ultimately want you guys to know when I think about the idea of becoming a powerful person is that you have power in your choice. And I want you to just really ask yourself, am I a truly powerful person, or am I still using other things to make me feel like I'm a powerful person? And you'll start to understand this when you see situations in your life and patterns that show up where you feel stuck or trapped, or because those feelings of being stuck or trapped, or like you don't have choice, or like you're in this pattern and you can't break the cycle, that's an expression of powerlessness at the root. And so you'll start to see, when those problems start to surface, an opportunity for you to break those cycles. And you'll be able to break that cycle by using the power of your choice. And so I really believe we're made to become more powerful people. I really believe that you guys, you have the power to become a more powerful person. And if you've resonated with anything that I've said today, just ask yourself, what does it look like to become a truly powerful person? And as I was talking about it in the message I sent out yesterday, I think I can kind of best summarize it with this idea that powerless people gain their power from the outside in, and powerful people gain their power from the inside out. So just ask yourself today and really consider this, how am I gaining my power? Where am I gaining my power from? And, for me, the ultimate source of power, because we all gain our power from a source, right? Whether it's money, whether it's a person's validation of us, whether it's God's view of us, right? We all gain our power from a source. So what source are you gaining your power from? And are you using it? Are you using it effectively? Are you using it, and when I say effectively, I mean in the right way. In a way that's going to not only serve you well, but serve other people well. And sometimes, here's the crazy part, sometimes when you're using your power effectively in the right way, where it serves you well and serves other people well, sometimes other people might not like it, right? Sometimes other people might not like it, and that's okay. So become a more powerful person today. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about that. If you're not signed up for my email list, go to the link in my bio. You guys can sign up there. And there's little photos, and you can click the link that says join the mailing list, and you'll get a link to my podcast, so you can kind of help rewire your mind. That's the journey that I've been on. We're all rewiring our mind in some way or another, but especially if you've just started to wake up in your life to the fact that there's a lot of things that you didn't realize you were subconsciously believing about yourself, about the world around you, and they're not necessarily true. And you're on that journey to become a better version of yourself. The podcast will really help you, but that's just for signing up for the email list. I'll send you a link to that, the most listened to episode on priorities, which has been very, very, very helpful for a number of people, myself included. I go back and listen to it every now and then. Become a more powerful person today. Thanks, guys. Love you guys.